today, as you all know, I'm doing a mental health video. So, let me scoot in. First off, I wanted to say my apologies. I want y'all to see my eyes, my face when I do this video. You know, it's more connected, personal. But, I would like to say, how are you doing? And hi, how's it going? And if you're new to the channel, I'm Carlson. Nice to meet you. But for the homies that's been here, and the homeheads that's been here for a while, y'all get a fist bump. Y'all know we do. Y'all know we do. Y'all thought I forgot, huh? Go drink that water now. Make sure you drink that water. You know we always gotta start this video off drinking water before we get into it. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize if you hear all these noises and stuff like that. It's a Friday. It's the afternoon. You know what that happens. You know what happens. A lot of cars. But cheers. Wow. Make sure y'all drink that water with me. The last to finish that water smell like bowl. So, to get started, I have to sneeze. Bless me, thank you, you're welcome. Thank you. So, to get started, today we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. I usually just go on with regular depression, anxiety, some other stuff, advice. But we're actually going to get into it. I did a lot of research the past few days, and you know, this is all like me giving an introduction, so you might have to skip a couple minutes if you want to get straight into it. But I did a lot of research, and the type of research I do is realistic research. So I don't just go on to, you know, psychology websites, and that's how I get my answers. What I do, I use anything psychology based, like, you know, like actual psychology learning and whatnot, to, you know, understand something in a basic level, just to understand the definition of something, what it means, how it works. And then I go look and watch. And when I mean watch, bro, oh my gosh, I will spend hours on just one thing each, watching interviews of regular people, looking at Reddit posts and reading Reddit stories of actual, you know, people dealing with these things, and then going to like Quora, which is where they answer questions, looking at YouTubers who have it and talk about it. You know, like I go the full route to try to understand it from the people themselves. So that's advice for y'all if y'all ever want to learn anything that has to deal with, you know, mental stuff or whatever. Make sure you go to the source. You can use textbooks and websites for general understanding and definition, but don't use it to like gather and formulate a 100%, you know, analysis, because that's just percentage and stats. You don't know the real stories and real encounters unless you hear from the people themselves. So, aside from that, I always like to start off saying I'm in no way a therapist. I'm not a licensed therapist or anything. I know a lot of y'all think I'm better than your therapist, but I would still love for you to still go to your therapist, okay? Because I'm not gonna be, you know, making these specific videos every single day, you know, and it's not a one-on-one thing. Like, I would still recommend you get that professional help. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you choose to use me or watch me or use my energy, do as you please. If it helps you, if I can help you, I appreciate it. Now, oh yeah, I also like to say, I'm sorry for the pause, I also like to say, these are what I say in these mental health videos if you're new, that I have been studying psychology on the mental health side, because you know there's other type, well, psychology is all brain, but that's specifically mental health. I've been studying psychology in general for like a little over, well, around 6 7 years, since I was a youngin'. I don't know why it's always been a thing for me. I love it so much. I'll watch videos, I'll read, I was just a bookworm when it comes to psychology. Then I end up taking actual classes from professors, and I end up, just continuing reading and all that until this day. So I like to say I have a general knowledge about mental health. So you can choose to believe me or not, but I usually like to tell y'all a little about my area of knowledge. Okay? So with that being said, we're going to get into the video. Now, what we are going to talk about today, now for this specific one, I'm not too versed in it that much, but eating disorders, I'm going to be very general. I'm not going to target specific disorders, just in general, how to formulate, healthy habits and, stuff like that. Of course, depression, you gotta get that one. Border person. How do I say that? BPD. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be doing that. Border person. I can't say this shit, man. Stop making fun of me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then I would like to do schizophrenia, but that's kind of that's a tough one. So I'll be a little loose on that. Just y'all gonna see what happened, but we gonna get into it. Yeah, we gonna get into it. And feel free to put timestamps down for when I talk about these specific things, because I'm gonna be going back and forth and this and that and that. All right, so now I apologize for wasting your time. Let's get into it. So depression. Oh, and I'm gonna be doing panic attacks, because I'm gonna tell y'all a little about me. Yeah. Okay. So look, this is exclusive. All right. Nobody knows these things about Carlson. This is exclusive. But I want y'all to feel like you're not alone. I too deal with depression. Obviously, as some of y'all know, or a lot of y'all know, I deal with having anxiety. And anxiety is sort of new for me. It actually just developed within the past 2 years. For the depression I've had for a very long time, years. I've recently developed panic attacks within the last year and a half. Stuff like that. But, Carlson's chilling. Look at me. You feel me? I'm trying to be on top of the world. So, you just have to find something that keeps you going. So, let's get into the video. So, depression. I know it is very hard. I know it is very, very, very hard. And it will never, ever be easy. It'll never be easy. And I would like to say that it starts with you. 100%. It starts with you. You cannot get the correct help you need if you don't take the steps yourself. Think about it as math homework, right? You get this problem, you're trying to solve it yourself, and for some reason you keep failing because there's a missing variable. You don't know what that variable is. So you try to look at other people's work to see how they're getting it. You try to copy that down, copy their mechanisms, and it doesn't seem to work out for you, but you're wondering why it works out for them so well. Well, you haven't asked for help yet at this point. So you're still trying to work on these things, but you keep failing, right? So what you have to do is ask for help. And when you ask for help, you're going to be given different examples of how to solve this equation, solve this issue. And one of them will work for you, but a lot of them will fail. And you have to keep going to find the one that works for you, so you can have your missing variable into the equation and get the answer you desire. So what I'm saying is, it will be a lot of trial and error, finding coping ways, finding your source of happiness, contentment, peace, tranquility. It'll take a long time. It took my ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie, coming close to maybe 7 years, coming close to 7. At this point, it was very minimal back then, and it was on and off. In 2019 specifically, I beat it basically. Well, I felt like I beat it, and then it came back. So like it may come and go, trial and error. It may come and go, but what you have to do is, like I said, ask for help, and I would prefer you ask a professional, but you can ask anybody who's dealt with it, or you can ask somebody you're comfortable with. As long as you're asking in order to receive certain advice, I would say go for it. And then you just have to put it to practice, and it does take a while to see if it works or not. You can't just do it for a day or a week. No, it may take more. I would say more than 2 months. Realistically, it won't even take a month, because 30 days, that's when you break a habit, right? Or you create a new habit. You need another month following to see if that's a good one for you or if it's working. So yeah, it's gonna take a long time, but you have to find something. Now this is where the peace and tranquility stuff comes into play. You need to find something to ground you and hold you while you're working through these hard times. You need something to keep falling back on for your peace and safety and comfort while you're going through these errors and ups and downs. But you just gotta keep going, because I would really love to wake up knowing you guys are all still in the world with me. Best thing ever. I tell you this all the time in sometimes Discord, but community tab. I love y'all, man. I love you all so much. I think about you guys all. When I say guys, that's just how I talk. I'm including all of you, not just boys. But yeah, I love you all so much. You make me happy. I'm always thinking about y'all, man. If I don't upload a video, I'm like, oh snap, they're gonna be coming out my head. But you guys are so patient. I appreciate that. Very patient and very just nice to me. And it means a lot. It makes me feel nice. It makes girls feel nice. So yeah, I'm very happy with the community I have. You all are just the best, man. I can't stress enough. Y'all just the best, man. And y'all, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but you guys are so talented. I see all the art you make in Discord. I see all the funny memes you be making of me. I see all the little edits you be making of me. All that type of stuff. Yeah, you just are really talented and amazing people, and y'all have some cool style, hairstyles, makeup, this, that. Oh my gosh. This is such a creative, wonderful community, bro. You are all so beautiful. So yeah, just know Crossing thinks about y'all a lot. But anyways, like I was saying, you need to find something to ground you while you're going through these hard times, because it's not going to get better anytime soon. Like I said, I'm going to be realistic with y'all. It's not going to get better anytime soon. Unless, unless you put in that work to get there faster. So you need to take steps yourself. And if you want the general advice of how to do that, you have to go watch my other mental health videos, because I 100% go on that. I 100% talk about that, because we're talking about other topics too. I can't stay on this for so long. So if you want to know, feel free to go through my mental health playlist and just watch the videos starting from beginning to end. Beginning, because I do different things. And if you want relationship advice or something like that, I have videos on that as well. So y'all gotta go to my videos. You gotta go. Don't be lazy now. Click, click, click. So next, we're gonna talk about I always say borderline personal, right? BBD. Bro, my mind is just not working. But I actually have been exposed to it's new for me. I met a person, and follow that, I met a couple of other people online. You guys have told me to make videos on these type of things, and I would always be hesitant, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know about all types of mental health, so I don't want to make anyone, I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I had to do a lot of research on this and what else, panic attacks, PTSD. I had to do research on that and all of that. So with this one, I would say 100% this is where you start to work on it, because it can be treated, but that doesn't mean it can be cured. So cured means indefinitely it's gone. With this, incorrect. It will stay, but you can treat it and make it better. I've read so many success stories and seen interviews and all this on how people live with it, and the chilling is working. So what I've noticed is that it comes with knowledge first. You have to understand what the definition of a lot of symptoms are that come with it. For one, you have to understand emotions in general and what they are and where they come from and what the source of them are and where they stem from, and same thing as source. But you have to understand where these come from, and you have to understand how, because everyone is different. With this, your emotions are heightened. Something very little to someone else may be very big to you. It's like you're 100% on this side or this side. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the people who have it. And you need to be knowledgeable about these things. So I know there is an identity issue, but I would like to say, know that you are whoever you want to be. And that does not matter if you find something and then you drop it and skip on to something else, then you drop it and skip on. You are whoever you want to be. If you want to be someone one month and someone else the next month, that is who you are. You don't have to, this for anyone too, you don't have to stick to one thing or this is me. No, you are whatever you create. You are whatever you seek, So don't feel bad if you feel like you're just jumping to one thing to another and you're not sticking to one thing. No, that is okay. That's really okay. Just know, as long as you're happy, this is the bottom line thing that you should think about or consider. As long as you are happy, then that's where the real learning begins. When you understand that whatever you're doing makes you happy, even if you don't feel like or if you don't think you have a set personality or identity or this or that, as long as you're happy, that's okay. You want to live a good life, right? A happy life, a peaceful life. Just seek that, okay? Now next up, again, with the knowledge, you have to understand these things. So I know it's not necessarily a misconception, but it's a talk about, I'm gonna say it, I gotta be blunt for y'all, manipulation. Now, wait, hold on. It's not always what you see on movies. It's not you're doing something evil, you're hurting people. No. It could be something as simple as, let's say something is, I don't know, let's just say you want someone to stick around, right? You would say or act a certain way for them to console you or, feel bad or whatnot, just to have them around a little longer. Now, that's not evil, you know what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up over stuff like that. It's not evil. There may be a trend of lying to get your way, maybe, or to just all types. There's different things, different reasons. Everyone is different. You may, because I'm going off of what I've read. There's so many, like I said, there's so many different people with different experiences. This doesn't amount to all of y'all, but there's a lot of different things. But I don't want you to beat yourself up over any of them, because you are still human. You are okay. You are doing your best. So I'm being very loose on these things, as you can tell, because I don't want to say anything wrong. But the main thing boils down to knowledge. Number one, understand where your emotions come from, even the happy ones, where they stem from, because that will be a step closer to finding out what you like, what you don't like, what your tics are, what bothers you, what doesn't bother you. what creates issues. You have to understand these things. Next up, you have to be accountable and admit things. You have to understand when to admit to yourself when something is bad, when something is good, if there's destructive behavior, if there's constructive behavior. You have to see the good and the bad to understand it all. So you have to be accountable and admit these things for yourself. And then next up, just simply understand that you are whoever you want to be. You create your own destiny, you create your own reality. You are just like the rest of us, a human having a human experience on planet Earth, and you're just going through the motions. You're learning as you go. As long as you don't fall back on your mistakes and you piggyback off of them and grow off of them, you're doing it. Keep doing it. You know? So just understand those things and just know that, again, it can be treated, which means you can live with it and find good coping ways to deal with it. And there's another thing. I don't want to use any triggering words, but just know you are definitely loved. I know you may think friendships or relationships or whatnot may not work. Trust me, there is somebody for everybody. And I mean, bro, I cannot stress this enough. There is somebody for everybody. Don't lose that hope. You are definitely worthy of being with someone. You are definitely worthy of having someone give you the world. And I would love for you to have very healthy mechanisms of coping. You know, please be careful not to hurt yourself. Because, you should have the best things happen to you, I would say. I would love for you to have the best things happen to you. So next up, I want to get off that and go on to something else. So again, if I'm missing anything, feel free to put it in the comments below. Feel free to tell your stories, because again, I'm just a dude who's out here trying to do my best to help. So next up, we're gonna talk about, you know what, I'm gonna add y'all in here, the LGBTQ community. I know it's not necessarily mental health, but you guys, and remember, when I say you guys, that's how I talk. I'm including all of you. So you guys have a lot of people going against you for whatever reason, whether you identify as, you're non-binary, you're straight, you're homosexual, you're bisexual, you're demisexual, you're pansexual, you're asexual, you know what I'm saying, you're trans, all these type of things. Look, don't forget the fact that you're human. You deserve anything else we deserve. And by we, I mean the rest of humans. We ain't no better than each other. You know what I'm saying? So if someone says something or tries to knock you down, just laugh it off. Like, I understand if it may be hurtful, but don't take other people's negativity personally, because it stems from a lot of insecurities. It stems from a lot of stuff happening to them, and they want to be higher by putting other people down, and they don't want to accept people because of certain religions or this or that. Just understand you're a human, bro. Ain't nobody on this earth higher than someone else who's a human as well. We are all created by the same entity. They ain't no better than you, bro. I accept you. Carlson accepts you. So, if you feel like the whole world is against you, that's cool, because I'm not against you. You still got someone on your side. So, understand you're a human being. You deserve your own rights. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own happiness. And you get to identify as whatever you want to be, even if you're figuring it out. Even if you want to, be, who knows? You can be whatever you want. That's what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want. You can create anything. Just understand that you have a place in this world, and I accept you. So next up, anxiety. This one is, oh my gosh. I know there's a lot worse stuff, but physically, this is one of the worst, because the feeling of your whole entire body being in fight or flight mode for like hours, days, it is so bad. You can wake up with it. It's such a terrible feeling. But this is what helps me. One, music. And this isn't just because I love music, but there's also scientific backing on this. Frequencies, calming frequencies, they literally help soothe you or amp you up. How many times have y'all listened to something sad and then you start doing that whole little Netflix special where y'all leaning on the window in the passenger seat, staring at the trees go by, listening to your sad music, acting like y'all in a main character coming of age film? And then when some hype come on, you're like, oh snap, you start dancing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Music actually does move you. And I watched a lot of studies on this. We have water molecules in our body. Everyone knows this. We are made up of a percentage of water. And the research conducted of playing frequencies next to a bunch of different subjects of water. One subject was this certain frequency, the other was this certain frequency, this one was nothing. And the molecules changed depending on the frequencies played. Some will play heavy metal and they'll have like crazy patterns. Some will play soothing meditation and they'll have like beautiful snowflake patterns. So these things do change. Energy is 100% real. So I would say find some sort of sound or music and whatnot to listen to that makes you feel calm, makes you feel nice. And it literally can even be someone's voice. Like that is a frequency within itself. It can literally be someone's voice. So if you have your ASMR people, if you have podcasts you listen to, go ahead. And then understand that you'll get through it. Everything will come to pass. Just, you're not always sad, right? You're not always happy, right? You're not always hungry, right? So it'll pass. Just understand that. And understand, in the very end, you will be okay. This one works for me. You will always be okay. No matter what, in the very end, you will be okay. Don't take that lightly. You will be okay. No, that doesn't mean you'll be happy. No, that doesn't mean you'll be sad. No, that doesn't mean you'll be hurt. No, that doesn't mean you will not be hurt. But you will be okay. You will be breathing. You will be alive. And you will have a life. And you will have friends. And you will have things that you love and hate. You'll genuinely just have a life. You will be okay. You'll still be here with us. You'll be okay. So overthinking comes with anxiety as well. And the first step to stop overthinking is to think. Not coincidence, it's kind of contradicting, right? Now what you think about, focus on one specific thing, or even two or three. You have to narrow it down. So if you can't just stop and narrow it on one, think about a couple things, think about two things, narrow it down. I personally have done this. And scenarios, stop the scenarios. If it hurts you, if it's not okay, don't think about them. They aren't real. They haven't happened. Well, if they have happened, that's a different story. But if it's a scenario that hasn't happened, don't. Try your best to use that anxiety in a positive way. Use it if you have a scenario you're overthinking. Think about a good one. Play on some music that makes you feel on top of the world and imagine a scenario, and the music will help carry you. It'll help you think of you. Let's say you want to do music, you be performing on stage, you move your live cameras flash and all types of crazy stuff. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But like, for example, if you're sad and you're thinking of a scenario and you're listening to sad music, you know where that's going. So literally you just have to have a flow and make sure you stick on the same wavelength. Positive wavelength, happy wavelength, stuff like that, calming wavelength. And of course, control your breathing. Deep breath. Deep breath is the way to go. So just take your time and be patient. Just know you're not alone with anxiety. We all have our own little things, and some of us have anxiety. So yeah. So next up, like I said, schizophrenia. I'm not too versed, but I have studied this for like a very long time, and of course I've still yet to fully find, because obviously I don't deal with it myself, fully have advice, because this is very, 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 very tricky. But, and I don't know how it works, but from what I've seen and watched in interviews and read, of course there's hallucinations. You may feel something, you may see something, and you may hear something, and you may even, let's say there's like a remote somewhere in the house. You may envision someone giving that remote to you, but you don't remember how it got in your hand. Like you come to and it's in your hand. You don't remember walking to it. You don't remember getting it. There's stuff like that. And it may be hard to distinguish what's reality from, not reality. But if there is anything of value, of sentimental value, of very strong value, that is 100% real, hold on to that no matter how long you have to. No matter what it is, make sure you have something that still connects you to us, that still connects you to yourself, that still connects you to your environment. And understand that you may be hearing things or seeing things, but you could look over at something that's, that you're connected to, that, allows you to know what's real. And it could be a journal, per se, or something, something where, because even if it's something to hold on to, like let's say a journal, you might see different things in there, but as long as there's something that means a lot to you, that is 100% there and real, just know that this is the thing that you have to understand. Don't forget. Know that you are still connected to the present time. You're connected to this world. You're connected to reality. And that you will definitely be okay. And try to find something that will calm you whenever these things will happen. Because sometimes it could be good, per se. It could be regular stuff, just, and it could be bad stuff that you're hallucinating, whether it's your hearing, seeing, feeling. But just try to have some space where you're able to be calm, or able to have calm thoughts. And make sure you tell it. This is a very important one. Make sure you tell people of this. You have to. You don't have to, give them the details, the motherfucking tea. It doesn't, the drama, the tea, what's the thesis. You ain't gotta tell them everything. Just let them know what your situation is so they can be more knowledgeable about it. It's up to you to give everyone knowledge and help them help you, find ways to, just go around it and work around it. So it'll help a lot for someone to understand, or to begin to understand things you go through. They don't have to go through it themselves, but as long as you let people know, maybe it can make life easier for you, even if it's 2%, 3%, as long as you're making your life easier by finding ways to deal with it and live with it. Because I have read and seen a lot of people who are actually very happy, and they have this. So don't think you can't be happy. Just, it takes a lot. You have to understand yourself. You have to learn about yourself. And of course, talk to someone who is professional, versed in this. Don't knock it, You never know if it works for you. Because I'm not a professional. It's not my job. So I can't give you everything and all the tools you need. So yeah, definitely seek that. Now, next up, we'll be talking about panic attacks. And again, I, for one, by experience, can tell y'all how to cope with this. Now, stress, that is the bottom line of panic attacks. The way to stop it is to get it before it gets you. Once you are stressed, get rid of that stress. Trust me, because if it builds up, it's going to build up. It's going to come. So, make sure you have a way to find this safe haven, this place in your mind that helps you relax and helps you understand that, stress does come to everybody, but as long as you're able to navigate it and find good stress relieving ways and practices, you'll avoid it. It won't come as easy. Now, let's say for when it does come, you're scratching your head, you're hurting yourself, you're picking up things. Make sure you have these things away from you. If you need to, lock yourself in the bathroom and sit in that tub and call somebody if they're not near you, or have somebody near you and let them know what you go through. And for the people who want to know how to help, just stay with this person. I know there may be a lot of things that may be scary, but trust me, if you really want to help someone going through a panic attack, you have to stay next to them and just talk to them, because they wouldn't be able to control what's going on. Your body will be shaking, you'll be scratching, this and that. Make sure you hold their hand, make sure they're not hurting themselves, make sure you remove anything that can harm them or they can pick up, make sure you keep them in one area. Basically, you gotta babysit them. And obviously, I know that comes with a lot, but be patient and just talk to them. Literally, someone in their ear talking, it will calm them down eventually. And you have to, make sure you tell them to breathe, do breathing with them, let them know it's gonna be all right. Keep reassuring them. And for the people with panic attacks, I know it's hard, but the breathing is the first step to get it to slow down. You have to take deep breaths. Even if you're breathing really fast, make them deep, because it's slower than fast. But be careful, because hyperventilating is an issue. So you gotta make them breaths deep, and then in and out, and again, just find something to help calm you, and be careful not to hurt yourself. And just know there's a lot of people who go through it, and I know it may feel like, why me? Why do I go through this? For any other mental health issues, why this? Why that? I know it sucks. A lot of people are just born with stuff. A lot of people develop stuff, and there's not really an answer. But instead of saying why, think how. How can you live with it? How can you work with it? How can you use it, utilize it to understand that who you are, not let it beat you up and tear you down. So I've been talking a lot, and I do have to stop soon, because if I speak too much, it's going to be very hard to stay focused. And the camera just ended because my camera temperature is off the charts. So I know it may have been short. I'm not sure how y'all take it, but I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Make sure you drink your water. Make sure you understand you're loved. Carlson loves you and accepts you. Again, if I missed anything, if I need to understand anything, if I need more knowledge, put it down in the comments. And yeah, I tried my best. And I love you guys. I'll see y'all when I see y'all.